Hello, this is Cosmic Ninja, and I just want to say welcome. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Guys, we're going to start our first playthrough episode of Pokemon FireRed. In this episode, we're going to meet Professor Oak for the first time as he introduces himself. I hope y'all are excited because it's going to be an exciting episode for sure. We're going to choose our starter, we're going to meet our rival, and we are going to definitely be going over some ideas on how to proceed in our playthrough today. In this episode, we are definitely to be catching at least 2 additional Pokemon in outside of our starter, and be going that route. So we kind of hear Select Boys, and we name ourselves CG because, Cosmic Greninja. Why not? Alright, so now that we're named, we are going to now ironically name our rival, which is his grandson. We keep it pretty basic to the original Generation 1 naming system, so we choose Gary. Yeah, I know, original, right? Wonder what y'all's name y'all's rival on this. Please leave in a comment down below. What do you name your rival after? Alright, now with that being stated, we're going now to shrink down to the pixelated version of ourselves and head out of our room. As you can tell, we're going old school. We have our Super Nintendo right in front of us, and we're going to leave our room. We will never be back to this room again. We'll say hi to our mom. We'll probably see her 1 or 2 more times later on, and probably not see her again for a while. But we need to go see Professor Oak. So with that being said, we're going to head out of our house, which again, we'll probably never see again. We are in the town of Pallet Town, making our way over to Professor Oak's lab. Obviously, Oak isn't here, so we're going to go trigger him to show. Best way to do that I've learned is trying to enter the tall grass. Works like a charm. And then he will escort you back to the lab. As we enter the lab for the second time, we're now going to take control of our character, walk up, talk to Oak here, Gary interrupts. We're going to go over some Pokemon related information. And then we're going to get the option to select our starter. Now, if you saw the preview at the beginning of this episode, you see that we choose Bulbasaur. It was a hard choice. We did put a poll up before this episode aired on who the starter should be for this version of Pokemon. If we were in Leaf Green, I probably would have chosen Charmander or Squirtle, because I definitely would have wanted Bellsprout on my team. But Bellsprout's not in this version, so therefore all 3 starters were an option. But alas, we do choose, in the end, Bulbasaur. Now, is he the best choice? You let me know. Definitely leave a comment down below. As we confirm. Now, we're not going to take him right away, because I want y'all to see all of the Pokemon that are an option. That was Squirrel. The last is Charmander. At one point, I was actually going to cut this part out. As you can tell, I'm talking over the gameplay because I think it just gives it better quality than the actual me trying to talk while playing because I get distracted. But we just chose our very energetic Bulbasaur. And then we were going to be sent on a mission. He obviously chooses Charmander because it's stronger than his Bulbasaur. No. Well, if you're not knowing what you're doing, Charmander can overtake Bulbasaur. But the AI in this game, not that great. Okay, as we're now trying to leave the lab, he's going to stop us to challenge us. Now, mind you, we just got our Pokemon, so why not, right? I have Bulbasaur, he has Charmander. Our movesets are literally tackle versus scratch. And I agree with Oko for Pete's sake. But alas, what shall we do? But fight the battle because we have no choice, obviously. And he rumbles on for a moment. Basically, the goal is to knock out the other Pokemon and win. That's the goal. Do you always win? No. Alright, so we have Tackle and Growl. And I think he has Scratch and Leer. We're basically making his attack as pointless as possible. That is, really a good way to survive early on. I don't generally use those status affecting moves very much, but I do try every now and again to have one or two. Especially with Bulbasaur, because he'll learn later on Sleep Powder, Poison Powder, some sort of morale powder. And so, basically, we're going to scratch and tackle each other to oblivion. Then I wanted to show you the entire battle in its entirety. Otherwise, I would have clipped from the first move down to the last move. But it's always best to see the first battle in its entirety. We did beat Charmander. We gained experience plus a level. So that's always good. Um, there will be moments throughout this gameplay that levels may jump without seeing it. That is okay because I'm doing some grinding in the background because unlike newer games, this is going to make us have to grind and go through the wildcats over and over and over and over, challenging every Pokemon we come across. And I'm not going to record all that for you lovely people. So with that being said, we beat Gary, and now we're going to leave the lab. Now, mind you, our mission right now is actually to go deliver a package for Gary, or not Gary, but Professor Oak, which means heading over to the next town. So, I do a whole menu thing, just because, you end up having to, but I cut all that. And then slow walking. try to peg it just right to. I didn't clip that just right, but we made it Viridian City. There's Pokemon Center. We're going to go heal up basically from our battle with Gary. Um, the wild encounters that did occur during that time was a Pidgey, and a Rattata. All three I just ran from the battle because why not? I was trying to hurry up and get through this intro. Um, we have no Pokeballs, so we couldn't catch them anyways. We don't have really anything. Um, Pick up the PARCEL. That's like all we can do. Like, we can't buy nothing until we deliver this thing. So, next stop is heading back out of town. And back in Pallet Town. So, we make our way over to the lab again. Head back in. Go up and talk to Oak. Gary will reappear, like, fly on wall. Because Gary's got to be there for all the good stuff. But he does need his Pokedex, so that is very important to get. Alright, we delivered Oak's PARCEL. It's a custom Pokeball. And we basically have a chat about Pokedexes for a few moments. So, with that for, as you know, you can change the text speed in this game, which is nice. Whether they talk faster, pressing A, whatever, helps the conversation go by quicker. Especially for you old school players who are familiar with the storyline of FireRed. So, poor Squirrel. I wish I could just grab that Pokeball. Take Squirrel with me. That was amazing. That's so many things here. Especially Mountain Moon. Alright, well, we got our threat from Gary. We'll move on now. And we'll head out of the lab for the last time. We won't be back to the lab for a while. Now we're going to go through Route 1 until we come up with a Pidgey. We'll have two encounters during this time. It's a Pidgey and a Rattata. We will catch both. Well, actually, it was a Pidgey, and a Rattata. The first Pidgey we didn't catch. The first Pidgey was knocked out. Well, this Pidgey we catch. Though we don't catch it right now. But we do catch it. I don't know why I threw the ball this early. This, like I kind of heard. I wanted this Pidgey. Do we catch it? This was nerve-wracking. God, we catch this one. And then the Pokedex will do its thing. Number 16, Pidgey, the tiny bird Pokemon. We will not be giving nicknames to any of the Pokemon we catch. If you think we should, you leave a comment down below. So, now we're going to come across a Rattata. This was a very long battle, so I cut out all of the middle part. This battle went on for several minutes of going back and forth with growl, clear, growl, clear, growl, clear, growl. You get the point. Anyways, we're back in Viridian City. We're going to heal up, and then we're going to go buy some Pokeballs. We're also going to dropkick Rattata into Pokemon, because we're not going to use them at any point. We're not going to do any of that on the screen, but I just want to let you know. But as we heal up, we talk to them. We heal a couple times for some unknown reason. I do that a lot. Actually, I will double click, think I'm exiting the conversation, I'm back to healing them. You're going to see that many times. And now we go over to the bank. As at this point, I think it's time to say, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Come back for our exploration of Viridian Forest. Coming up next. Later, guys, and subscribe.